Hey guys, it's Brandon here with Investment Joy, and just like everybody else, my 2020 was an absolute disaster in a lot of different ways. I had hoped to hit my $500,000 revenue goal in my rental business. We got close to that, but I didn't hit it. I had hoped with the trailer park that I would just absolutely blow past it, but things did not end up the way that I had hoped. As it is now, we're finally on track with the trailer park. It's finally coming along good. We're putting tenants in it right now, or they should be moving in the next 2 weeks. My prison guard turned property manager is kicking butt, not my butt. Well, yes, yeah, actually she is. She's kicking my butt, she's kicking my tenant's butt, and it's absolutely awesome because she's keeping track of what needs to happen. Work orders are getting fulfilled. Our properties are getting rehabbed quicker than they had in 2020. So I'm finally seeing the light at the end of this crazy tunnel with my real estate business as it exists. Now, one of the fun little secrets with my YouTube channel, what I've done is I've essentially put all my money in the stock market that I was getting from YouTube and TikTok. And that money has made more money, so I've come into 2021 with a pretty dang nice war chest as far as spending money for my YouTube channel. And I figured, you know what, I should reinvest it into the YouTube channel and find at least one new creative business to buy into this year in 2021, or find something to document that I think would give my viewers a whole lot of value. So I've come up with a list of some ideas and some thoughts, and I want you guys to give me your opinion on what you think that I should buy in 2021, why I should buy it, and whatever it is, I want to document the whole process so that you guys can do it. And we'll go through all the steps of getting financing and all that stuff. And I think it would be fun. I think it would be really fun now that I'm getting more time to dedicate more towards my videos. And now with a property manager in place, and we're training another one at this point, my workload as far as that stuff goes on. So what should I buy in 2021? Idea number one, this is probably the top thing that I have a request for. I don't have any interest. It would be buying a restaurant. I have never worked in a restaurant. I have no restaurant experience, but my wife does. Believe it or not, for about 4 years prior to us getting married, my wife managed a restaurant here in town, and she was pretty dang good at it. During coronavirus, we've had a lot of restaurants closed down, and even in my own town and where the laundromat is, there's several restaurants that have closed down, and from my research, it's quite possible that I could go in and purchase a restaurant at a relatively low price. I could probably get it financed. It would be a very involved thing. I would have to get a lot of help because I don't know anything about it. But I have a lot of people that are interested or passionate about doing a restaurant business. Now, an offshoot to this, of course, would be to get a food truck. A lot of people have asked me about food trucks. I don't know anything about those either, but I know where I can get one pretty dang cheap. A restaurant is an idea that I've been playing around with, at least mentally. I'm not sure that I want to do it, but I think it'd be kind of cool to consider. Option number two, and this is the most requested thing, would be to buy a gas station with a convenience store. A lot of you guys watch Gas Station Encounters. I've watched several of their episodes. It's absolutely hilarious. I came very close to buying a convenience store instead of my laundromat. The laundromat edged out because I didn't have to get people to work there 24/7. I think I made the right choice going with the laundromat, but based on my YouTube comments, maybe I didn't. We're in the process of renovating it. If you guys have been waiting on the Danny D'Angelo videos to drop, they're almost done. The videos have been professionally shot. They're being professionally edited. I'm not touching anything, and it's just taking a little bit longer. So be on the watch out, and make sure you like and subscribe and stuff so that when those videos drop, as he goes through all 3 of my laundromat locations.
I didn't know this room was back here.
A lot of people don't. That's where I keep the bodies. Not 1, but 3 laundromat locations. He gives me his input. And I will tell you, he is actively trying to get me to buy more laundromats. So I guess that's in the cards, but the gas station thing, I just can't get away from it because from what I've seen, they're relatively easy to finance. I looked at the finance books for one a few years ago, and it was making $2.4 million in between the gas station, convenience store, and there was a teeny little restaurant. So I could go with a hybrid business and get a convenience store, gas station, and a restaurant all in one go document that process. Now, interestingly enough, out of the 2.4 million, their net proceeds, their net operating income was in the $400,000 range, which based on they wanted, I think, 1.25 million for it. Really not too bad. You make your money back in a 3 to 4 year period. There's certainly a lot of issues with buying a gas station, specifically underground storage tanks. That is a huge thing. But what's interesting to me is, at least in the state of Ohio, a lot of people are buying something like hybrid insurance for gas stations, where you pay over 20 to 25 year period, you get insurance on your underground storage tanks, and after a 25 year period, they actually come dig them up, put new storage tanks in. So it's essentially like a capital expenditure fund, a CapEx fund. And I ran into one location where they were actively paying that insurance. And when the 25 years expired, it was just, you didn't have to pay $100,000 to have those fixed. So that is another item there. Another one is just to buy a whole bunch of vending machines. I get so many questions on TikTok about how to start vending machines, to do a vending machine business. I'm not opposed to it, but I would rather do something that makes a lot of money. But the thing is, even though a lot of people want to start a restaurant, a lot of people might want to be ones that buy gas stations, anything of that nature, a vending machine is much smaller and much easier to do. And I've thought about just going out and buying 20 vending machines and putting them in locations. So if you think that would provide you, as my watcher, more value than me going out and buying some big $1 million purchase, let me know in the comments section. The next one, of course, is a car wash. I think that is, at least the first year of me doing YouTube, everybody asked me to buy a car wash. I have certainly thought about it. I've looked at a few. I looked at the books of one, and it was terrible. They wanted $150K. They were making $20,000 a year. And in a situation like that, you just can't make any money. I'm not saying it's out of the cards, but with a car wash, I think it could be a good, solid moneymaker if you had a good location. In the back of my mind, I would worry that it would be a laundromat disaster number 2, me getting into a completely separate industry, and that's not laundromat, even though while we're still in the process of working on a laundromat. So car wash would be another option. Another option that I really like the idea of, they're just really expensive, are self-storage facilities. The national capitalization rate, meaning the return rate that one would expect on a self-storage facility, is only in the 8% range. Now, Sean has looked at buying several of them, and from what I understand, they're like Class A apartment complexes. There's very little maintenance, very little management. Your tenants are essentially self-servicing. They tend to be higher-end clients, and it's very reliable income. The problem is they're really expensive. I've looked at the books on, I think, 2 self-storage facilities. They wanted between $1.5 and $2 million, and they were only paying back an 8% return rate. In that case, you might be ahead to buy stocks and not do anything. But if I could find a deal on a self-storage facility, I would think that financing would be easy to get, and it would be a good moneymaker without more headache. The next follow-up is something I really plan on doing something of it in 2021, would be either buy a house or an apartment complex and just document the whole series of me going out, finding a house, purchasing it, either flipping it or renovating it and renting it. I'd love to give a house away this year, but who knows whether I can get sponsors for that kind of a contest or not. We'll see. As a side note, the house that we are flipping with my cousin, that is making a ton of progress. He had the concrete all redone. We have a nice new porch on the front of it. It's really starting to look gorgeous, although over the holiday season, my cousin is kind of determined that he's getting overworked on that. He hasn't made any money. So as it stands now, I think we're going to pull in a contractor team to get that finished up. The thing is with that house, that's been a 2-year process for me trying to get it fixed, and it's just been miserable. But I'd like to start a fresh project like that, or do a small multifamily or a medium-sized multifamily complex. As the trailer park starts to draw to a close and we get it done, my heart and my passion is in real estate. I really love real estate. So that's kind of something that I'm thinking of. I'd like to do it, but what would provide you guys more value? Of course, I could buy a bunch more laundromats. Danny D'Angelo's trying to talk me into it. I'm not opposed. Laundromats would be another idea. The next one would be to start up not so much a physical business, but some sort of online marketing type business. I could do drop shipping. I could do fulfillment by Amazon. I could do a standard Shopify e-commerce site. Drop shipping, whatever it is. Some guys online plan. I don't like those. I have decent experience in doing them. Like I said, I ran a chain of search engine optimization sites back in 2010, 11, and 12. We brought in millions in sales, like probably 1.2 to 1.4 million dollars doing that. I don't really want to do it again, but hey, if it provides guys values, I would be considering something like a digital business, online business, FBA, drop shipping, whatever. I don't know. I'm willing to do it, and I've got the surplus bankroll to do something like that. So, in the end, let me know in the comment section what would provide you the most value. I'm at a point now I can't really endlessly talk about the deep money and finances stuff. That's why I'm putting that stuff on teachable.com at investmentjoy.com/teach. Most of it's going to be free. It's just a situation where when I put deep content on YouTube, it does super poorly. I did a video on how to find mentors and rich investors, and evidently no one on YouTube wants to watch that because now after like 6 to 7 months of being out, I've had 6,000 views on it, which sucks. So let me know in the comment section what will provide you guys the value, and we can do a video series on the whole acquisition and all that good stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it.